All right, so in this episode, they talk about freedom, whether or not we're more free 30 years ago versus today. And in the video, they seem to have this idea that in order to be free, you have to have a diversity of representation. Whether it be men versus women, minority versus non-minorities. But in reality, that actually has absolutely nothing to do with freedom. How diverse our representatives are is irrelevant. What is relevant is what are the laws? What are the laws at that time? Do the laws suppress man or woman, or do they set us free? Do they keep us from progressing, or do they encourage progression? Now, a lot of people seem to think that, well, it's a good sign that we're more free if we have more women, more diversity, more minorities in our representatives. Maybe, but that's not a definite. What is definite is what are the laws? What do the laws say? Yes, back in the 1920s, there was obvious need for change. Women did deserve the right to vote, just like every other man did. Minorities, including African Americans, deserve the right to vote, just like every other man did, including the white man. Doesn't matter. Everyone should be on equal basis. However, the number of minorities, the number of women in our representation, regardless if it's on the Judicial Committee or if it's on the Senate floor, it doesn't matter. I could care less if the Senate was full of white men or with a 100% minority woman. It doesn't matter. All that really matters is, what do these representatives represent? Do they represent freedom? What kind of laws do they put forward? What kind of laws do they want to strip down? Do they want to do laws that help the average American be more free, which basically means restricting government? Or do they want to create laws that actually inhibit man or woman, laws that make it harder to be free, harder to do what you feel is freedom, which is typically more laws. The more laws, generally speaking, mean less freedom. And so it doesn't matter how many men or women are on any committee. It doesn't matter, how biracial or multiracial our representatives are. What matters is, how do these people vote? Do they support laws that set us free, or do they support laws that bind the people? Doesn't matter what race, doesn't matter what sex, it's irrelevant. Like I said, it could be 100% white men, I don't care. It could be 100% women, I don't care. It could be 100% multiracial, 50% men, 50% women, I don't care. How do you vote? Where is the law that sets us free? In reality, since 1980, do we have more laws or fewer laws? I'm willing to bet you we have a hell of a lot more. In fact, just thinking about just healthcare alone, how many laws did that add to take away our freedoms? I mean, the very fact that I'm alive and breathing, suddenly have to purchase a product, that might be an indication I'm not as free as I'd like to be. Other laws that restrict Bill of Rights that we have, specifically Second Amendment, might be some issue there. Let's look at the Bush era time. Let's look at laws that restrict freedom of speech. When they have freedom of speech zones, that's another law that kind of inhibits freedom. So absolutely, we were more free in 1980 than we are in 2010, and it doesn't matter that there weren't any women on the Judicial Committee. It's irrelevant. What matters is the law. Where is the law? What does it say?